Hey guys, it's Dr. Nate from Performance Sports Chiropractic. We're going to go through your Mobility Monday tip of the week. Today we are touching on foam rolling and the basics of how to use a foam roller. So what I want to demonstrate today is basically how to position yourself on a foam roller, as well as the concepts of why we do this a little bit. We're just going to kind of breeze through some of the stuff. We could get really in depth, but want to try to just touch on the basics today. So the foam rolling technique that we're going to show you today is basically just pressure into trigger points or adhesions within the muscle tissue. So how that affects your mobility is that sometimes we'll get a situation where we have a tight spot and we want to release it so that that muscle has the ability to contract forcefully, as well as foam rolling to increase blood flow to that muscle, because it's going to help increase the nutrients that are flowing into that muscle so it's healthier, it can last longer, and that's what we want to cover today. So, couple things. Sometimes with foam rolling, a big question is, how should I stay focused in, or where should I focus my pressure? Well, the biggest thing that I like to have people do is find those spots that are tender. So we will generally try to scan through a region that we're working on, and you'll know when you find the spot that needs to be worked on because it's generally pretty sore or tender to touch. And so when you get to that spot, like for instance, I just found one in my quad right here, this is a spot where I would want to sink some pressure down into it for 20 or 30 seconds, and I can change the position of my body to try to work through that area, as well as just gently rolling back and forth. You really don't need to be overly aggressive with your motion, going like this or anything like that. That's great if you want to just scan through and try to find some stuff. You can do some longer strokes, but I think the biggest point that I want to touch on today is just be focused and be methodical in where you do the foam rolling itself. So for today, that's what we have for you. There's a lot of questions that arise about foam rolling. Always feel free to shoot me a message or anything, because we can cover that more in depth. I don't want to, there's a lot of things that go into foam rolling, but the basics we want to just start covering as we go through this video series. So that's your Mobility Monday tip of the week this week. Hopefully it helps. Have a great week, everyone.